No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets solved. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are. We are going to watch the interview with Bethany Funke from the IDAHO4. I know some people call and say FUNKE. Well, we're going to get down and get funky. So, hey, everyone. Hey, Patty, Dinah, OG's in the house. I didn't play the long version. I'm still editing that in regards to the LDS giving me a copyright strike against their material, which is not their material. It is by law the United States of America's material. So just had to shout out a little rant to them who reported my video for copyright, which is not theirs. But let me do this real quick. I am going to play this video. Bethany, if you've not seen it. Have you seen it? Hey, just to let you know. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm live now. Okay, so it is uploaded to my YouTube. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick. I've only seen like 5 minutes ago. Okay. Drop your comments if you want. Well, we're watching this live. I'll respond to the chat, but I'm going to go ahead and get it started. I have played this in 1.5 speed because it's so slow. Turn up your volume. If you need me to lower it, slower it, I can. Let's go.
Do you have your phone here with you? Okay. So what we're going to be doing is taking people's phones for a little while. We're going to try and, because I don't know if you called anyone or made any phone calls or anything like that. What we do in an investigation like this is we try and collect as much information as we can. Okay, anything that might be small, you may not think is important for us to find out what happened, but is very crucial. So taking something off your phone might be extremely useful for us, even if it's something that you don't realize. Okay.
Can you guys hear it?
Okay. So this is your phone here.
Yeah, can I tell my mom?
Yeah, I fixed that.
Switch your phone over. Yep.
Guys, that is the wrong video. Hold on 1 second. What in the heck happened? Hold on a minute. Something went wrong. What in the world? Hold on. What in the freakity frick happened? Where is my video? Oh, see what happens when you're on the fly. Let me see. Videos. Where is my video? Hold on a minute. Where did it go? What is happening? Hold on 1 second. Oh, you're not late. Just don't want to crash out because there is my video that's missing. That is so freaking weird. Where did it go? Let's see. That is rude. That was rude. That was so freaking rude. How did I get the wrong video? Hold on a minute. What time is it? 3:49. Videos. Here it is. Why did it get lost and put there? Holy moly. Okay. I apologize. I don't know how it got stuck in there. Downloads. Ta-da. BF is holding back. Absolutely. I think so too. And mind you, I haven't watched the whole video. I started watching like maybe 10, 15 minutes. Fast forward it. I had to play it fast forward because the interview is so slow. So let's watch it. And here we go.
Do you have your phone here with you? Okay. So what we're going to be doing is taking people's phones for a little while. We're going to try and, so because I don't know if you called anyone or made any phone calls or anything like that. What they do in an investigation like this is we try and collect as much information as we can. Okay, anything that might be small, you may not think is important for us to find out what happened, but is very crucial. So taking something off your phone might be extremely useful for us, even if it's something that you don't realize, okay?
Can you guys?
Okay, so this is your phone here?
I have no explanation for this. None whatsoever. Why my video keeps cutting out and then it just drops. So let me see. Hold on. Let me just see this. Hold on a minute. What in the world? I read the transcript. That was so confusing in itself. I didn't get a transcript. Hold on a minute. Where is the actual video? Worst case scenario. I think I accidentally deleted it. Ah, figures. Hold on one second. Who's the best channel that has a copy of it? I think it was Outcast I saw had one. Who else? One that has nothing on it. Clear copy. Outcast 421. Hold on. Let me see who else had one. Let's see. Here we go. Outcast had one. I'm going to play it in 1.5 because it is so freaking slow. Let's see if I can share this on my screen. I don't know what happened to my copy. Who knows? And let's do that. Thank you, Outcast. He's got a video up. And let's go. Come on.
First and foremost, if you could just take a deep breath for me. Again, this is stressful. Okay? All I want to do is try and get an idea of what you heard, what you saw, and any timeline, any information that you can give us so that we can try and figure out what happened, okay? So just take a deep breath for me. I know this isn't going to be easy. We'll go from there, okay? And what's your first name? What's your middle initial? And your last name? And your date of birth?
2003.
And you live there at 1122 King Road?
Yep.
What's the phone number for you? And what state you're living about?
Nevada.
Do you have your phone here with you? Okay. So what we're going to be doing is taking people's phones for a little while. We're going to try and, so because I don't know if you called anyone or made any phone calls or anything like that. What they do in an investigation like this is we try and collect as much information as we can. Okay. Anything that might be small, you may not think is important for us to find out what happened, but is very crucial. So taking something off your phone will be extremely useful for us, even if it's something that you don't realize, okay? Then we'll try to get that phone back to you as fast as we can. Okay? Is that okay with you? Okay. So this is your phone here?
Yeah, can I tell my mom?
That's fine. That's your phone number. Yep. And then what I'm going to need is your passcode. Your phone, or here between the two of us, we can even turn off your passcode, okay? What did you ask him? And what type of
Can I see my mom text me real quick?
Alright, sorry about that. Okay. Any social media, do you have like Facebook or anything? Do you have any other social media type
I
sites?
have an account.
My gosh.
Those big ones?
Yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna try to go back and try to get a little bit of the timeline, okay? So what did you guys do last night? More specifically, if you were by yourself and not with a group?
Ethan was in the house, so it's Anna.
So you're with
One of them is my roommates, and one of them is her boyfriend.
So you're with Ethan,
And Zana.
Xana?
Mhm.
Can you spell that for me?
Xany. Or
So now she's saying Ethan and Xana were there. What?
ANA, sorry.
X-A-N-A.
N-A.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just trying to, sometimes I actually put names together. So you were with Ethan and Xana last night, right?
Yeah.
And do you know Ethan's last name?
Janet. I don't know how to spell it.
That's fine. And Xana's last name?
Colonel.
Do you know spell it?
I think it's Kernl. Maybe another ODE or something like that.
Okay. Okay, so you're with them. What time did you guys get to Signify last night?
Around 8 something. Maybe 8:30.
So 8:30 p.m.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And prior to that, were you guys just at your house?
Mhm.
Okay, so you left from your house.
Ethan was that formal because he met with his sister. She didn't have a date, and then we were just hanging out at our house. And then he came over, and we all walked over together.
Okay, so that was you, Ethan, Xana. Was there another person with you? Or just the three of you that
Maddie
walked over?
walked over with us.
Okay, and that's
Logan.
Logan?
Mhm.
Was it Maddie?
Her real name is Madison, though, I believe.
So you guys all walked over to, you were there about 8:30. Okay. Were you guys all pretty much together or just kind of mingling throughout the house most of the time?
We were all pretty much together, and then Maddie left to go to the club with Kaylee. And then I was with Ethan and Xana most of the night, but then one of my friends came. Her name's Eve, and I hung out with her the rest of the night.
Okay. And who was that?
Yes.
Can you spell it for me? Okay. And his last name?
I don't know how to pronounce it, and her full name is bigger than that.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have a phone number for her?
Yeah.
That's on the phone. Okay, we can get that in there. Okay, so you were with,
Mhm.
and at that point, Ethan and Xana were just kind of hanging out still at the house?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I went to our other friend's house.
What time was that at?
I don't know, maybe like 12-ish. But that'd be wrong.
No, it's fine. And where's that house?
It's just like up the street. I don't know that.
Okay, up the street from.
Simkai.
Okay.
Kind of.
So you guys are at Sigma Fest, you're walking back towards.
We're walking back towards my house, and then we go this way.
So like when you got to Taylor Street, you went up? So if you walked all the way from Sigma News.
Or
Sigma Fest,
yeah. You know the apartments, the whites.
Yep, no lights.
It's like that street, that way.
So on Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know roughly where on Taylor? Or does she live maybe on the other off streets?
It's on Taylor, but it's like one of the end houses by the next. I don't know how to explain it.
Alright. Okay. And whose house is it that you went to?
It's, and I don't know their other roommate.
Alright, so you're at this house. How long were you here?
Maybe like 40 minutes. And then I left by myself and went back to my house.
So you walked home maybe around 1-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you see when you got home?
We're sitting on the couch watching Vampire Diaries. No one else was home yet.
Okay. And is another roommate or what's last name?
She's a admin.
Oh, okay. And
She's in another house somewhere.
that's fine. And is live with you guys too, or just with
Just a friend.
Okay.
And then she left.
Do you know what time she left at?
No.
But you were all watching.
Vampire Diaries.
Okay. And anything happened during that time period?
We were just hanging out.
Okay. Do you know who else was in the house at that time?
No one.
No one? Just the three of you? Okay. So what? Let's go a little bit more then. What happened next?
Maddie and Kaylee came home from the club. Left.
Maddie and who?
Kaylee.
Caleb. And they got home from the club. You know what time that might have been?
I think I told one of the cops that was talking to me at the house at better times.
That's okay.
I don't really remember right now. Maybe like 2 something, 1.
So if you got home around 1, that would have put them
Like
getting home.
1:45, 2, something like that.
So near bar break? You have a guess? Like near bar break?
What is that?
Bars normally close at 2 o'clock here.
Oh, yeah. They went to Grub Shack after, so.
Okay. What did you do after that, after Maddie and Kaylee got home?
We all hung out in Kaylee's room for a little and talked, and then Maddie and I took Murphy out with Mickey, the dog. And then I said I was gonna go to bed because I was tired, and she said she was gonna go to bed too. And then I went to my room, I was going to sleep, and she came back and asked if I had Murphy, and I said no. And then I went to bed.
Okay. So what time did you think you took Murphy out?
It was like 3, 2:30.
2:30 to 3?
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you normally take Murphy to go about it?
Just the back door.
Okay. So which one is 1122? So if I'm coming up King Road off of Taylor,
It's the big white house.
all the way to the very top on the right?
Well, it's technically all Queen, but the address is King.
Okay. So is it the one that's tucked back as you're going up to 500 Clean Road, those big apartments? Kind of
Yeah.
back just a little bit?
Mhm.
Okay. So you normally go out the back deck then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know how Cheshire at then. Okay. So you go there, you and Maddie take the dog out.
Mhm.
And then how long do you think that took?
I was out there for maybe like 10 seconds.
Okay. So then you both come back in. So you and Maddie both
I
come
came
back
in
in.
before she did.
Okay. Did Maddie still have the dog then?
Yes, I think so.
So you went out for a little bit, came back in. Do you know what time Maddie came back in?
Mhm.
And you went straight to bed when you came back in?
Mhm.
Okay. How long after you went to bed do you think Maddie came back?
Actually, I came in, grabbed some chips into my room, and watched the show for a little, and then I went to bed.
What were you watching?
It's called Baby Daddy.
Okay. How long do you think you watched it?
Maybe like 30 minutes.
So one episode maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
or like a half.
Okay. And did Maddie come in during that show or after?
She just knocked on my door, I think, during the last. I had Murphy, and I said no.
Then what happened after that?
I just went to bed, and then I woke up and I was like half asleep, and I thought I saw like a firework or something, like it just sparkled like under my door, and I thought I heard like something kind of fall, and then Murphy barked, but I thought people were just making like food, like and Ethan was here or something and knocked something over because he's usually loud in the kitchen upstairs.
Okay. So what do you mean by you heard a firework?
It sounded like a little firework, and then there was like a spark. I went by my like I'm on the bottom floor,
Okay.
so it kind of looked like it came down there, but I don't know.
And so is Murphy your dog?
Kaylee's dog.
Kaylee's dog?
Kaylee and her ex-boyfriend's dog.
Okay. So you heard Murphy bark right after you heard what you thought was a firecracker?
Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know, dogs bark at random things. And sometimes when he's happy, he'll bark.
What do you think? Is she improvising? I'm just curious. I'm curious. Did you know that in the ISP documents, it said that Kaylee was dating somebody from Sigma Chi and she was actually over there spending the night? But I think she's improvising. What in the world? Dogs bark at random things. That's improvisation. So, just saying.
Okay. It didn't sound like an angry growl or anything like that, just a bark?
I don't really know. I was like half asleep.
Okay.
It just sounded like bark.
So hear the firework, kind of see a spark underneath the door. Murphy barks. What did you hear after that?
pretty much nothing.
Nothing.
That's it.
Okay. And you thought maybe someone was just in the kitchen at that point?
Yeah, just like someone accidentally fell into the table or something.
Okay.
And she was like, maybe
You know about what time that might have been? Do you have any
like
idea?
4 or something. I tried to call all of them at like 4:20ish around that time. No one was answering. I thought they just went to bed or something.
Okay. What happened after that?
And like called me. And she said she thinks she saw someone. And I didn't know like really what to think of it because sometimes we think we hear things a lot in the house, but it's usually just Ethan walking around. But she came. I told her to come to my room and she could sleep with me and we could lock the door, just stay there just in case if there was anything. And that's all I know. And then I fell back asleep.
You didn't hear anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. No one else talking?
Can't hear something.
Okay. Did you make it to your room then?
Mhm.
Okay. What time do you think she got in your room?
Around like 4:20, 4:30.
Okay, about the same time.
Yeah.
Where's her room located to yours?
I'm the only one on the bottom floor, right by the front door.
Okay.
And then you go up the stairs. It's Xana's room, the kitchen, and then upstairs is Matt and Kim's.
Okay. And where's Mojo?
Right by the kitchen.
Right by the kitchen. Okay. And did she say anything to you when she got into your room?
She said she thought she saw a man, but I didn't know what to think of it. I was like still half asleep, and I was like, I didn't know what to think. It didn't sound like I didn't hear screams, I didn't hear anything. So I didn't really know.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, you know this is where I get spicy. Okay. I've asked my own family. Middle of the night, you see a man in a mask, and you hear screaming and ruckus, but you don't do anything. You don't get panicked. Apparently, they did not sleep. And apparently, if the killer left out the door, did they come back and clean up later? I'm so confused. And you know what? Anne brought up the point of this in the documents. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They have been out. I did a video on them. They knew that this was going to be a problem. They knew. And what I want to do is show you something the judge said that just blew me away in the document of the court-sealed, redacted, highly top secret, closed behind doors hearing that was done. And the judge basically says, I'm not going to accept your offer for alternative perpetrators because there's not enough information. There's just not enough information. And then he comes over here and he says this. This is Judge Hippler. On the 18th of June, he says, I would like to have a look at all the relevant factors, including prejudice at the point to the state for not having brought that forward in light of the deadline set by the court. And filed everything she needed to on the alternative perpetrators. And then he says, I suppose during trial, if somebody confesses. I'll repeat it again. I suppose during trial, if somebody confesses, that's a different situation. I'm not holding out for hope or belief that that's going to happen, but I suppose you never know. What? Oh my God. That's like him knowing Kohberger's innocent, but he's not going to allow the perpetrators. There's not enough. And I'm going to tell you, these people's names are in these files. It's not unknown who the perpetrators were. There are hints and clues in the ISP documents, in the MPD documents, and this is what they were going back and forth about, guys. This is amazing. This is what they were going back and forth about. It's wild. And then right before you see a plea deal, I don't know if you guys have read these new documents. These are the hidden truths in the IDAHO4. This document right here. Let me make it larger for you. This document, we'll finish watching Bethany. This document blew me away. This was filed on 6/26, right before the 29th came, and he signed in whatever happened with the plea deal. Okay? This was redacted memorandum, decision and order to defendant's motion to continue. Anne asked, I need more time. I need more time. There is so much on the table. There's too much discovery. The penalty phase investigation. I mean, we're going to trial on a death penalty. The defense said they'd hired plenty of people, plenty of team, many experts. They have collected extensive history of school, media, medical, military. Yes, military. Okay, I'm telling you, this is hidden in the documents. The judge continually said, no, every detail of his life doesn't need to be investigated. Yes, it says they collected extensive history, school, medical, family, military, and interviews. That's what it says. Okay, and when you read down here, basically says, nope, we're not going to do it. Nope, there's a myriad of issues. We're just not going to allow this. They're not. 2 years. Defense counsel contends that recently discovered blank, blank, blank has raised red flags. Yes, folks, they use the term red flags. That's what's in my title today. Red flags, hidden secrets and red flags. The defendant may have, I can't see what that says, but they've only used a marker. I wish I had a tool that erased it. And according to the defendant's primary mitigation investigator, Attorney Blank and her team of 4 have been diligent in their investigation to defendant's life history. There was so much more. There was so much more. VA records and death certificates from maternal and paternal uncles. That's the Veterans Affairs. Evals, co-workers, family, friends, jail cells between defendant and his family. They wanted to go through everything. Father's military records and Social Security records. They wanted to go everything, and even a childhood car accident. And it says mental health and medical records, including blankety blank, something they did not want us to know. So much more. So much more. So let's listen to more lies out of Bethany Funk. Yes, I'm calling them out. Spicy Phoenix is right here. We're calling it out. All this is redacted. All secret. All secret, folks. Don't look here. Look over there. So let's finish watching Miss Bethany speak.
But notice that she didn't say anything more than she just saw someone.
No, that's all I remember.
So your bed then, if you're looking at the right house, you have a parking lot, front door, and your bedroom's just to the right. Okay. And that's where you slept from by the time you finally got into your room around 4-ish or so. Actually, before that.
So like 3 something.
Yeah. So you were in there sleeping. Okay. Dylan got to your room maybe somewhere around 4:20-ish, but Dylan was already home at that point. You knew that Maddie and Kaylee were home. Do you know when anyone else in the house got home?
I don't know when Xana or even got home. I didn't hear them come in or anything.
Okay. Okay. And last time you
Because they never got in on their own accord, according to me, humbly alleged.
saw Xana and Ethan was at the same house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, did you see anything weird at the party?
Just a little.
Okay. And see how the way that they're set up, where everyone hanging out primarily up in the main common room area, with most people hanging out in individual rooms and stuff like that.
It was a little bit of a mixture at first. It was in the like apartments, and then it was the main room.
Okay. Yeah.
And then as I was leaving, I wanted to grab a backpack from our friend's room, and Xana and Ethan were sitting on the couch just listening to music.
Okay. And that was up in the main room, or that was in
That was in an apartment.
That was in an apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you hear of anything that happened to anybody?
Mm-mm.
Was there anyone strange or odd hanging around the party?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you know of anybody in your house that has an issue with anyone? Any ex-boyfriends, anything like that?
Mm-hmm. All their ex-boyfriends are really nice, and they're still my good friends.
Okay. Have you ever had any of your roommates complain about anyone stalking them?
Mm-mm. Once though, Kaylee said when everyone was like gone, me and we were at the sorority house for a meeting, and it was only Kaylee and she was taking Murphy out. This was a while ago, and she said she swears she saw someone staring at her while she was taking the dog out.
Do you know how long ago that was?
Maybe like.
I'm telling you guys, this stalking thing has been rehearsed. Drop a 1 if you agree that this stalking has been rehearsed. Because if you go back a little while ago, when did Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee no longer want to belong in the Greek system? How long ago was that? When did all this started? In October. Weeks leading up to this. Just weeks. Just a matter of weeks. They didn't want to have anything more to do with the Greek parties. They refused to go to the parties. The parties at the house were secluded. They monitored who could come and go out. It was very well known. Very well known. And honestly, I think after the police visits, the loud noise complaints, all the recent police activity to that house, those parties died out, and those girls didn't want to be a part of this much longer. But then you have Bethany and Dylan, who were still part of the Greek life system, fully, daily, attending meetings, membership fees, whatever the rules were, they complied. The other 3 girls didn't want to be a part of it anymore. They may have found something out that they didn't want to be a part of this affiliation, this life, this gang, however you want to call it, clique, mean girls. They didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And you're right, Amanda. Their rule is that you call us first before you call the authorities. They have a rule in place. You bring it to somebody in charge. You don't go right to the police. They're above the law. They're the ones that make the rules. They rule the police. Think about it. It's not like that on all campuses, but most are. Absolutely. You have to understand the Greek rules, and there are plenty of people to go out there and explain it. You have to understand what their rules, their laws, their bylaws, their membership, the initiation. I mean, you have to understand that. It's like a gang, folks. There are certain rules. It blows me away, and a lot of people don't even know this about sororities or frats or anything of that nature. Well, hopefully you'll be educated.
A month. You can see like a man silhouette like staring at her.
You think it was about a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
Did Kaylee have any issues with anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. None of them have made any comments or statements about anyone trying to come onto them or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that all of the ex-boyfriends of that, they're all normally very nice and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them fairly recent breakups?
One, but
Well, she said it'd be a little bit. Can you give me a little information on that one?
his name. He lives down the street.
On Taylor?
On King, I think.
Okay.
And he and Kaylee share Murphy,
Okay.
and they dated for 7 years.
And that's in Kaylee?
Mm-hmm. Or something like that.
And they did it for 7 years?
Something like that. Since high school. Their families are really close to.
Okay. And they shared Murphy?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Okay. How long did they break up?
Maybe like 3 months or something. But they're still on really good terms.
Do you know why they broke up?
She was going to move to Texas.
Wait a minute. I had to stop it. I just had to. Because you do know they were investigating the guy who they were on really good terms with. At his place of residence, they found presumptive blood and possible bullet residue. Yes, folks, it's in the documents. It's in the ISP documents. Now, with that being said, how in the world did she think that they were on good terms? What would make her believe that Jack Decor and Kaylee were on good terms? They shared a dog. That doesn't mean much. I mean, parents who get divorced are rarely on good terms. Rarely. I'm just saying. How would they know that they were on good terms? And look how she threw in there, oh, don't look at Jack. They had good terms. In my humble opinion.
Where's she from?
Portland.
Okay. Where is it?
Portland.
Okay. Okay. You said they're still on the terms? Is it off each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Kaylee been seeing anyone else lately?
Not really that I know of.
Okay. You know when she was going to
Was Kaylee seeing someone else? Well, let me just show you the ISP document. Oh. Hold on, let me grab it. Where are you? The same fraternity across the street. Hold on. I knew I should have wrote this down. Dang it. And I don't have my cheat sheet with me. Well, let's finish watching this real quick.
After this was, but then apparently she wasn't going to anymore. I don't know.
Do you know what changed your mind?
I think she wanted to stay here with all of us.
Okay. Is there anything else you think is important for me to know? And you might remember things later. That's very normal, okay? If you think you remember anything else, please reach back out to us. And we'll bring you back in and look at that information, okay? Just gonna go back to my notes real quick before I go, okay? Okay. And you don't remember Kaylee's last name?
I think it's all this.
Gonzalez?
Yeah, it's all this.
Okay, can you spell it for me?
I don't know how to spell.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Okay. All right, and I very much thank you for sitting down with me, okay? I'm going to take you back to the other room, so you can be with your friends, all right? Are you sure there's no...
Shout out to good old Outcast. Whoop, whoop. Okay, here's the document I'll share with you. This is 0012, the ISP documents. Now, this individual was a, hold on a second, 23-year-old white male, and they were interviewed in regards to, their home is in Eagle. Okay, that's where they live, primarily in Eagle, all right? So they conducted the interview with a man that's 23-year-old white male in Eagle. And he basically says right here, he lived at yada, 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 Moscow, Idaho, while attending the University of Idaho. His house was across the street from where the homicide occurred. This is the first person they mention who dated Kaylee. He knew Kaylee since her freshman year at the university. Goncalves also dated his friend, redacted, and him were in the blank fraternity together. Kaylee was in the blank sorority, which was down the road from his fraternity. He wasn't extremely close to Kaylee, but he was friends with her. That's the first reference of someone else who dated Kaylee. Okay. Then we go to, 1 second. 044, document 44 in ISP. I'm going to paraphrase this while I share it with you. There's 44. I got my candy dandy cheat sheet here. Hold on. This one said he had a thing with Kaylee and ignored Kaylee. I don't know who this was, but this was a combination of a bunch of people, okay? All these witnesses right here. A bunch of people. Number 54 is the one I want to reference that says he had a thing for Kaylee. On December 22nd, Detective Brown and Sergeant Hopkins interviewed blankety blank on his whereabouts of November 12th and 13th to his knowledge of the fraternity and his knowledge of the homicide. During the interview, he told us he previously was interviewed during Thanksgiving break by the FBI in Boise, Idaho. He was asked about the victims and blankety blank. Xana was in his Greek little. A Greek little is not someone you're pursuing, but a friend who becomes part of your Greek family. Okay, so it goes on to say that he had classes with Maddie Mogan his freshman year, and he met Kaylee through Maddie. Maddie had been dating blank. Blank was the blank in his fraternity. He told him that he was going to Little Xana. And it goes on to say he talked to Kaylee Saturday night. Kaylee apologized to him and wanted to go to the game with him. He already had plans to go to the sorority formal that evening with someone else. Kaylee texted him that night. He ignored it. He says Kaylee was pretty drunk on Saturday. She probably was texting others to hang out as well. Now that tells me a little insight about Miss Kaylee. The texts were through Snapchat. Snapchat deletes after 24 hours. Okay? Had a thing for her. They hung out together. And then later on, someone says that Kaylee calls people nonstop if she can't get through to someone. And this was from a third party that basically says she doesn't take no for an answer. That's the type of individual she was. And then the next one, someone got close with Kaylee on a Cabo trip. 0045. I'll go to that one and share that one with you too. Someone said something. Hold on a minute. There it is. Hopefully you're looking at these while I'm looking at them. She had boyfriend issues. She knew she was going to the spring break with Cabo, and then something happened, and they possibly returned. Where did I see this? So they just broke up and became friends, but something happened on that Cabo trip because it highly redacted, and it leaves for interpretation that something was taking place. Now, the next reference that I have is, hold on a second. Some guy in a trailer. Okay? I mean, I can't make this shit up, guys. Some guy came down with his parents during the game in a trailer. 000181. That's the next one. Hold on, let me grab it. Hopefully you guys are seeing these while I bring them up, because I'm looking at my notes on one screen. So 0181. Let's get to that. Did I put a page number on here? No. 181. We're going to get there together. Okay, which one's this? Let me go back a little. 181. Here's another reference. Oh my goodness. If I could ever get there. Sometimes these, they don't search and find easily. I don't know why. Okay. 181, here we go. 181, number 5. Number 5. Blank had come through with a tip 5594. The information alleged the tip that he resides in Coeur d'Alene, frequently visits Moscow, and he stays in a travel trailer. The further tip alleges that Blank is acquainted with Kaylee and Maddie and had pressured them to join him in his trailer that night before the murders, but they refused. The tip further alleges the University of Idaho student had refused advances over Labor Day weekend, and that became violent, and he threw a vape at her. Wow. Holy moly. Okay, let's see. Another one. Who dated Kaylee all summer? I don't know. And let's see. I think that's all for now. So there was quite a few people that had an issue with Kaylee, unfortunately. I'm not saying they did anything to her, but there was a lot of people that were not happy with Kaylee. And then Kaylee drives up in a new vehicle, getting ready to start a new job. She's graduating, trying to get away from the Greek life system there. And lo and behold, she ends up murdered along with their friends. What a terrible, terrible situation. Horrible. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to have been Kaylee. I'm telling you. It is sad that these many, I mean, why did they have such an issue with her? Why? Did she find out too much information? Was she sleuthing and gathering information and going to do something about what she knew? Probably. I mean, it probably had to do something with Hudson Lindo and Hannah, and she didn't know about Caden Young because that happened afterwards, but I'm sure Caden Young put it all together. He was one of the presidents of the fraternity. So, I mean, when you think of hidden secrets in this case and red flags, it's not just the interview we watch with Bethany Funk. No, it's not. There's so much more. There was a video that I'm going to show you, and we can watch this together before we go. Let's listen to Bethany's interview outside of 1122 King Road that morning. We're not judging, we're just sharing information. Let's listen to what she says.
Phone number to reach yet. And then is your driver's license through what state? What state is your driver's license through? Do you have a room that's assigned to you here? When you go in?
No one else lets me out.
Were you here last night? Okay. Is it okay if you walk over to my car with me and we can talk over there?
Were you here last night? She says yes. So all the rumors that she wasn't there, she's saying she was there.
Okay. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. Is you guys are probably going to be talking to a lot of people, retelling the same story. So
Am I still allowed to go home soon?
we can't hold you forever. Okay. So we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, and the detectives will work with you guys to get hold of you however be best.
Now, she says that she was there, but she pulls up in her car about 10 minutes after the first officer arrives. So where was she? Was she spending the night somewhere else and she was there as a cover? Did they all agree that this was the story that they were going to tell? I mean, I'm just hypothetically speaking, and theorizing, because where did she go that she pulled up after the officers arrived? And they let her in that area that they kind of cordoned off. If you look over here on the left side far of the screen, there are 2 police cars here, one here, and they kind of were like not letting very many people in. So why did they let her in to park? Don't you think that's just a little odd? Was this rehearsed? Was this something that they had to go through the process and get it on film? I mean, what is going on? Yeah, they had 8 hours to discuss their story before they called the local authorities. Right? I mean, think about it. They had 8 hours to develop a plan, alleged, and have a story to everyone could buy into. Remember, this is the Greek life system, guys. They don't play by the same rules. This was an off-campus house. So therefore, you see the city of Moscow give press conferences at University of Idaho. Who owns who?
Okay. So you were here last night. What time frame were you here through now? Were you here the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What time did you get here last night?
Can I check?
Yeah. And while you do that, I'll turn off my lights here. I'll be right back. I forgot you were here, man. Do you still want to hang out here?
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm allowed to disclose right now. We're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again? Okay. Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with them, you're gonna hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on you. So if you need to get
Water?
we can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody can bring some of that stuff by. Okay.
Now, mind you, he sits inside the police car. He's the only one that they pull him over, okay? Because they know that he is the ex-boyfriend, guys. He sits in the car for a little while, but yet while he's sitting in that car, guess what he's listening to? He's listening to all the police chatter if his radio was on. He can hear everything. Yep, Rosie, MVP, you got it. He can hear everything going on. Everything. The medical people were walking up and they told him, go away, there's nobody here that survived. Hear the radio?
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so what time were you here last night?
About like 1:24 or something in the morning.
Today?
Yeah.
1:24 you got here? Okay, what was going on at about 1:24?
And our friend watching Vampire Diaries on the couch.
You and... Okay. Watching Vampire Diaries.
I would love to see her reaction when he said you were watching Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
You...
And then
Okay, so you guys watching Vampire Diaries out in this main, the second level? Okay, and then for how long?
I don't know. And then Maddie and Caleb came home from the club. And then we all hung out in Caleb's room for a little.
So Maddie and Kaylee were at the club.
Yeah.
You know how long they were there? Probably till closing at least.
I don't know. They went to drug truck afterwards.
Drug truck. Okay, and then they came home at about what time?
Notice, I don't know if you guys know this, but you would if you read the ISPs. I'm going to go back a little bit because I want to point this out to you. There is somebody on King Road, actually two somebodies, that live in Boise. And they drive two silver cars and one of their friends drives a white car. I want you to watch in the background of these cars while he's talking with her, and you can see who leaves the scene.
Oh, okay. All female.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you guys watching Vampire Diaries out in this main, the second level? Okay, and then for how long?
I don't know. And then Maddie and Caleb came home from the club. And then we all hung out in Caleb's room for a little.
So Maddie and Kaylee were at the club.
See how they back out real slow?
Yeah.
You know how long they were there? Probably till closing at least.
I don't know. They went to drug truck afterwards.
And they roll out of there real slow.
Drug truck. Okay, and then they came home at about what time?
And they're gone.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Gunderson looks that way too.
So they did get home at 2? How do you know that?
I just have a picture of Kelly's room with Murphy.
Okay, then what happened after that?
And then me and Maddie took out Murphy, and then
Murphy's the dog?
yeah,
Okay.
and then I went inside to go to bed, and she was still taking him out. And then I was in my bed, like, about to go to sleep, and Maddie just said that she lost Murphy. Like, she was, like, and was wondering
There's that car that comes back.
if he was with me, and I just said no. And then I went to bed.
At what time do you think you fell asleep?
Maybe 2:30.
Okay, what's going on in the chat? Phoenix been struck again. I'm confused. Someone did it on purpose. What were the violations? Her live earlier was struck too. Kaylee said her car in Hayden, Idaho, Saturday around 11:30 with her dad. Yeah, she did. This was literally from long crime. I don't see how a violation could be of theirs. This pisses me off. Not Phoenix. Shit. What? Okay, wait a minute, guys. This is long crime. We're reviewing it with commentary. It's no violation. I'm here, right here. How could I be hit with a violation?
What time did you hear?
What? Okay. Can every testing? Can anybody hear me? Hello, hello. Hello. Testing. Can anybody hear me? Okay, let me go out. Leave studio. All right, can you hear me now? Anyone? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me? I've been struck. Now you can hear me? I left and came back out. Now, why was I struck, guys? Why was I struck? Oh, my word. I don't know what kind of violation that was. Freedom of speech violation? They don't know me very well. I don't give up. Oh, is that what happens when you speak the truth? Had no idea. I guess I'm going to have to pay more attention to my phone. Your stream was interrupted. Bethany Funk live video review, hidden secrets, red flags, in Idaho case. Due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted. Let's see what it was from. Copyright match. No longer being streams are automatically re-enabled. It just says a copyright content is detected. Well, what copyrighted content was? It doesn't say what. It just says, due to copyright match, your stream was interrupted. What the heck? Well, they should tell me what's copyrighted. If I'm adding commentary and value, it's basically free game. There's no copyright. Crazy. This is wild. Yeah, somebody out there is watching and doesn't like it. Yeah, nobody likes being told the truth on, guys. I mean, shoot, call me out on my BS if I'm lying to you or if I'm doing something wrong. But don't hit me with a copyright strike. You know, I wonder if these people also hired some PR to go out there and silence the people, because that's what it feels like. Silence the people who speak the truth. I mean, I've got my handy dandy magnifying glass. I'd expect that from TikTok, but not YT. Absolutely. I mean, everyone was watching my video on I'm going live at this time, and they knew I was live, and we watched the video, but who copyrighted the videos that we were watching? It's not Law and Crime either. I mean, and they don't tell me. I wonder if it's Outcast, his video from someone else he shouldn't have. I don't know. I mean, I could have went to Plunder and played Plunder. I'll edit it out, but I mean, shoot. I can go and ask for the FOIA and get the video myself. I can go and see if they've actually loaded it in ISP. It's a public damn document. I mean, think about it. You go to Justice for All, click on ISP documents, you're going to get all the documents. It's not like they're hiding them from people, and if it's disseminated publicly, no one can copyright it. Just crazy. People are cray-cray. Let me go to Moscow and see. Moscow reports. Jeez. They should do that. Moscow Police Department. Here it is. No, it's not on there. I mean, if they filled out a FOIA request or a request for media, I get it. But there's nothing that they released. Someone had to have got that from the police department. I mean, at this point, it's all over. Everybody's copied somebody's video. I mean, it's on Gray Hughes. I'm looking at all the places it's on right now. Plunder had a copy. They put their logo over it. I mean, we watched that a long time ago and we were on to something else. So it wasn't law and crime, or else I would have got some type of notification. Hold on, guys. Okay, so now that we reviewed that, let's do this. Crazy. Let's do this. Now that you all can see me, DM was a lookout for who was in the house. Probably, who knows? Now that we have seen this, let's do this. Let me share a couple more supplements real quick, and then we'll get back to, I showed the redacted court. Let's show this. Hidden secrets, red flags. Okay, let's show this. This was the motion to amend witness list and supplement expert disclosures. This was revealed today too. So basically, this was in regards to the DNA. I think we talked about this earlier. So let me edit this. Let me drop this off my screen since we already saw that one. Saw this one. Let me close that one. That one we need. This one we talked about. And let me grab this one because this one was pretty interesting. Okay. So basically the defense team of Kohberger says, I want to go over, let me make it bigger. I want the evidence to be evaluated third party, right? This is a motion for independent analysis of evidence. This is what the defense was asking for. And they basically said, look, we want Kohberger, this is Kohberger's attorneys. We want specifically the Acer laptop and Samsung phone belonging to Brian Kohberger. We want these items, and we request that you should have a continued chain of custody from Moscow Police Department to the defense expert blank. Okay? Dude, was I banned? No, I was banned. You weren't banned. I was. If you run the narrative, you play. You guys are funny. Okay. Too many creators released it at the same time for FOIAs, surely. Well, if you had a FOIA, you would have got it. Okay? If you would have put in a FOIA, you would have got it. Okay? Someone is claiming that it's theirs. Copyrighted. Okay. So, let's go back to this document. Okay, so then they say, I want the chain of custody for this Acer laptop and the Samsung phone to go directly to and send it via FedEx shipping to blank and return directly to Moscow Police Department through FedEx shipping. If either the item or device is damaged or lost in transportation of such items, the defense will stipulate to extractions done by the state or photographs of the items during further research. Further, during such time, the items of evidence, I should get my glasses on. The items of evidence are in the possession and under the care and control of the defense. All items will be handled with care, preserving the items and maintaining chain of custody. This grounds is made on the motions that Mr. Kohberger has constitutional right to confront the state's evidence conduct an independent investigation, and prepare and present his defense in his jury trial. This was just a couple of weeks before the freaking trial was to begin. Okay? Wicca, what happened? You got banned? What did you do? From my other YouTube account channel, you got banned. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay. All right. So then we go to what their unredacted copies were in regards to this new release of documents. They go back and they say, this is a 23rd supplement request for discovery. I know that's tiny, guys. Bear with me. And then it says, complete copy of the chain of custody of Acer laptop and Samsung phone belonging to Brian Kohberger. A copy image, evidence barcode, and a copy of all raw data, records, handwritten notes, and forms used by Dr. Gage in the evaluation of Brian Kohberger. The defense is asking for these materials to be sent directly to Dr. Rachel Orr. Okay? Then they come back and they say this. This is wild. This is sealed, unredacted. It was sealed, now it's unredacted. This was their 23rd supplemental request for discovery. The state's responses are provided in blue. The state will continue to supplement its discovery responses. To number 438, a copy of the chain of custody of the Acer laptop and Samsung phone belonging to Brian Kohberger. It says, the state has previously complied with its request. The chain of custody depicting of this was given here, and it was given this, and it was an FBI number 7, the Acer laptop that was seized from his Pennsylvania home. It was turned over to SSA Tanzola prior to the conclusion of the search. Then he moved it from there to the Philadelphia Regional FBI Laboratory, whatever, under control. Then he took possession of it. They want a chain of custody to prove that this is actually factually the laptop and nobody had it somewhere else when it should have been in someone's custody. So they were going hard after looking for the chain of custody, and then it came back to Detective Mowery, transferred it to the MPD forensic lab, and booked it into evidence with the evidence custodian Bates 15775. That was the full chain of custody of this laptop. Same thing with the Acer. Hold on a minute. That was the phone. Sorry. Let me go back. Oh, both of them, the phone and the laptop. And then they say a copy of the image. That was probably the serial number, and there it is. And then a copy of the raw data records. There it is, right there. And basically, they said that they complied pursuant to applicable professional ethics standards, May 30th, 2025. A copy of all the raw data records, handwritten notes used by Dr. Gage in the evaluation of Brian Kohberger. Well, who was Dr. Gage, guys? Let's find out. Dr. Gage, IDAHO4. Idaho cleft and craniofacial. Is that who he is? St. Luke's Earl Gage. Is that who he is? Clinical psychologist. 23 years, clinical psychology. Oh, okay. Wow. Is evaluating data to kind of get a better idea of who he is? Is that what happened? This is all alleged, guys. Is that right? Is that right? That's what it sounds like to me. So they gave over the laptop and the phone to Dr. Gage. Dr. Gage is a clinical psychologist of 23 years. He's in Boise, affiliated with St. Luke's. He's a mental health professional highly trained in the diagnosis of psychological treatment of mental, behavioral, emotional illnesses, and OCD. His main focus is treating mental, emotional, and behavior disorders. Some of the common disorders that he can treat are learning disabilities, substance abuse, depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I wonder. Yeah, Lily, this is a great question. What was found on his data that was a trigger for the plea deal? I don't know. That's a great question. So they wanted the chain of custody. The defense wanted all the notes by Dr. Gage. You can go and see Dr. Gage's information right here. I believe alleged that is him that they're talking about in this exhibit of the phone right here, Dr. Gage. Doesn't give me any background on who Dr. Gage is, so this is just alleged. But it looks like perhaps it is exactly what it looks like. They took his phone and his laptop and they did an analysis on it because this is what was asked in the exhibit. Absolutely. They went to evaluate his phone and his computer. So if you're going to be accused of murder in the state of Idaho, especially if 18 knew about all this, yeah. What triggered the plea deal? He's not guilty. The state would have had to go in there and prove, and they would have lost. It was like a 50-50 chance. They don't want to lose. Hell no. They would rather him plead out, spend life in jail, and try to get out on a PCR because he's innocent. Factually innocent. Christina, please don't do that here. Please. Thank you. I'm not going to tolerate this today. So if you look at this, it looks like Dr. Jason Donald Gage was reviewing his computer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, Christina. Where was she? Holy shoot, I think I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. I'll get you back when I get off the live. So yeah, it looks like they were assessing his phone and his records and his laptop. Okay, so that's what all that was about. That was nothing major, but depending on what they found, absolutely it could have sparked a plea deal. In addition to, there was no DNA evidence saying he was there. No fibers, no hairs, nothing. Nothing. That's wild. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. If anybody sees Christina, that was an accident. And we'll be back tomorrow at 3:45 with some more hidden secrets and red flags. I don't even know where Kaylee's phone is. I don't even know if they ever got it back. No one has said anything about that. I'm sure her phone contains some really important information in my humble opinion. I will be back, guys. Thanks for joining. Everyone be well. Sorry for the interruption earlier. I'll figure out what it is. Be well.
No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets sold. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.